Is Halo back? If you would ask me this question anytime from Halo Infinite's launch to recently, well, my answer would have been a firm no. However, over the past 2 weeks, I've noticed a change in sentiment from the Halo community and casual gamers alike. Halo is fun again, and delighted by this news, I hopped in with the release of Season 5, and I quickly realized things had changed in a big way. And for context, I am a huge Halo fan. I created Forge maps on Reach, completed the Halo 2 campaign on Legendary, and even grit my teeth through that horrible Halo 5 campaign. So I tried to give Halo Infinite chance after chance. I even picked it up a few months ago and it still wasn't Halo to me. But what changed though with this new season? Why am I having so much more fun? And why do I think you need to give it a try? Well, I'll tell you exactly why. Stick with me through this video and I will explain exactly why Halo Infinite might just be back. Starting with multiplayer, I always felt that Halo Infinite had the skeleton of a great game. The weapons felt good, the sandbox had potential, and the visuals looked amazing. But when it came to the amount of content and things to do, this is where the game faltered for almost 2 years. I played Halo Infinite for a mere 100 hours from the launch of Infinite on November 19th, 2021 to the end of Season 4 in mid-October of 2023. And this was really due to the fact that 343 just couldn't tie the game together. For example, the vehicles were fun, but they were forced onto tiny maps where they became obsolete. And the framework of the game was there, it just felt like that 343 lacked the skill to truly create a cohesive gaming experience. However, just since October 17th of 2023, which marked the release of Season 5, I've played over 50 hours. The largest reason for this spike is that the maps and game modes feel like they're complete now. With the release of this new season, 2 new maps have been added to the casual and ranked rotation, Forbidden and Prism. Both of these maps I find to be extremely fresh additions to the content pool of Infinite. They're really fun and unique, seeming to take heavy inspiration from fan favorite maps of Halo 2 and Halo 3 while keeping their own identity inside of Infinite. And of the two, I think Prism is definitely my favorite. Something about it is just so fresh and unique. But it isn't just these 2 maps that saved Halo Infinite. In fact, 343 has been adding maps in mind with community feedback since the launch of their seasons from Season 1. Furthermore, a few Forge maps are being put into the multiplayer ecosystem, which expands your sandbox even more. The potential implications of Forge maps being added alongside developer-made maps is huge, but more on that later. I feel like the new map additions that they've been doing for nearly a year and a half now are finally at a point where I feel there's enough variety to recommend it to you casual gamers. In addition to the maps though, the variety of game modes that have been added to Halo Infinite provide a lot more for you to experience. The multiplayer playlist currently features 16 game modes available to play right now, and this playlist is constantly rotating and new spins on classic modes are brought in very frequently. It feels refreshing to open up this game and actually be excited about new content and the future of the game in general. I am very confident that this game will only continue to improve on their game mode variety and there will definitely be something for you to enjoy. Halo Infinite is finally at a point where I feel like the multiplayer has enough for me to keep coming back. Something else that 343 seems to be making strides in is the progression and customization. Now, when Halo Infinite launched, this was one of my biggest complaints. The store seemed to be the only thing that worked. Prices were insane, and I felt the switch to a freemium model as a whole really sucked. And then when Season 1 Lone Wolves came out, it felt even worse to see that everything about Halo's customization was nickel and dimed away into a goddamn battle pass. Without buying the battle pass, there were incredibly few options to customize your Spartan, and even the overpriced paid ones kinda sucked too. Shoulder and knee pieces were separated to fill up space, colors and stickers, which have always been free in previous Halos, were pieced out individually for every weapon, vehicle, and the new armor core system. It truly felt as if they massacred everything about Halo Infinite's customization in the name of profit. This left a very bad taste in myself and many other gamers' mouths. However, actions are being made to correct their sins. For starters, the Battle Pass in the new season features half as many tiers for what looks like to be double or triple the amount of content. Less grind for more content sounds like a much better deal. Additionally, nearly 40% of the pass contains decent free content, so for any new players to Halo, dipping your toes in the water now may be a good choice as you have plenty of free content and rewards to sink into without paying a single cent. Battle Passes never expire either, and while this feature isn't new to Infinite, I thought it was proper to mention it when talking about the Battle Pass, because it really is one of the only good things 343 had going for them when they launched. This removed all the FOMO that comes with the traditional pass, such as in Fortnite or Apex Legends, and I appreciate that. It allows me to play the game whenever I feel like it, and I can freely switch between previous passes when I want. The only amount of FOMO Halo Infinite has are seasonal events which bring in a 100% free mini battle pass and some new game modes. I'm okay with this because everything is offered to every player, no purchase necessary. With these improvements to the Battle Pass, I want to bring up another part of progress and customization that pissed me off the most about this game. And if you've played previous Halos and also tried Infinite, you'll know what I mean. Cross-core. When Halo Infinite came out, it launched with this model that every piece of armor would be locked to one specific armor core. This was a far departure from customization in any previous Halo and really impacted player expression. While a few may not care at all about customization, the majority of players like the ability to make their character in any game represent them. In Halo, this wasn't an option, yet just in this past update, they unlocked helmets to be fully compatible across all cores, and this really has made a huge impact on player expression. This is a massive improvement, and it's also a telltale sign that the studio is listening and course correcting. It gives me hope for what the future of Infinite might just look like. While I still disagree with the whole armor core system and the bullshit coding system, I need to pick my battles and recognize that they have made actionable and tangible change. Moving over to ranks, they now have a fully fleshed out system which feels rewarding to play and familiar to the Halo experience you get from most installments in this franchise. XP and progress is tethered to how you perform in the match, and it also features a challenge system. I think this works really well and feels fair. In addition to having a rank associated with your profile now, there's also a reward of an armor set for max rank, and this armor will not be available in the shop, which is fantastic, and it reminds me of older games where microtransactions weren't the only way to get cool gear. The free rewards also carry over into the weekly reward system that has been in the game since launch, but they're improving it. The free reward is earned by completing challenges that are listed for that week. Between the new Battle Pass and implementation of a max rank reward and the weekly, there is a strong stream of free content finally coming to this game. I would argue that in the current gaming landscape, Halo Infinite now offers more content for free-to-play players than the majority of free-to-plays on the market. And continuing with free content, let's discuss custom games and Forge. Custom games and Forge are staples of the Halo franchise. If you ever heard of the name Halo, then I'm confident you have heard of what custom games and Forge are. For those that don't know, it's basically just a tool to create your own maps and game modes inside the Halo engine. And let me say, some of my greatest gaming memories as a kid are playing games from Halo 3 and Reach custom games. It opens up a whole aspect of Halo that is so unique and fun that was desperately lacking in Halo Infinite. Until Season 5, Forge and custom games were underwhelming. Forge maps were limited to small experiences, and the now semi-working custom browser was basically useless. Then, Season 5 came in and massively increased map size, added campaign AI, and fixed a bunch of other things. Essentially, custom games in Forge went from a quirky niche of Halo Infinite to potentially its future. This side of Infinite could potentially supply the entirety of Halo Infinite's future content. You can even earn XP inside of custom games to progress your battle pass and your rank, allowing you to play however you want. And as I mentioned earlier, new community-made maps and game modes are being added into the multiplayer playlist. So hop on and see if you find something you like. And if you do, make sure to comment below and let me know what it was. One last thing I want to bring to your attention is the campaign. Halo Infinite's campaign was solid from the start. It ditched basically the entire Halo 5 story and does its own thing. It's a good experience, but I don't believe it's the best campaign of any Halo game. The campaign is an entirely separate experience from Infinite's multiplayer, boasting a price tag of $60 or free with Xbox Game Pass. And one complaint I had at the launch of the campaign was the lack of co-op, even though it had been promised by 343 Industries. But that's irrelevant now since all of that leadership is long gone. Now, however, you can hop on into campaign with up to 3 friends and play through the whole game with them. When I first played the campaign its launch month, it was borderline unplayable. Crashes were frequent and cutscenes often didn't work. However, I found my experience of the campaign this time to be pretty bug-free when I recently replayed it for this video. Overall, it's a lot of fun, and I would recommend playing the campaign on Game Pass if you have it. Probably not worth the $60 though if you're not already a Halo fan. Looking forward, the future of Halo appears bright. I think there's a serious possibility Halo mounts one of the greatest gaming comebacks ever. I mean, look at all the new content coming out in the future. Firefight, a staple of Halo, is returning soon, and now Forgers have access to it to create their own firefight experiences. That is a dream for Halo fans, myself included. Firefight will prove a great addition that I believe will hopefully bring back some of the classic Halo fans. In addition to the new mode, the customization potential will become near limitless as they continue to open up cross-core. Even with just helmets and some coatings being fully cross-core, there's already so much more expression than any other Halo. Imagine what unlocking shoulders, chest, and any other armor piece would do for the customization of Infinite Spartans. In addition to customizations, the aesthetic overhaul to the UI would be a massive change for the future of Halo, helping the rebrand. 343 has started this process slowly, and I'm excited to see where they take it. It can't be understated that the upgrades to Forge will probably become the lifeline of this game. There is near unlimited potential here if the devs keep upgrading it. The addition of campaign AI and increasing the map size by 5 times are incredible changes. Overall, Infinite's future looks bright. Don't mistake the content of my video as letting 343 off the hook. That is not what I'm doing at all. Their actions with the launch of Halo and the fact that it has taken them 2 years to get this into a serviceable spot is criminal. But this problem is rampant across the entire gaming industry and involves a whole lot more than just Halo. But what I do want you to take away from this video is that Halo Infinite might finally be a game that is worth your time. New additions like better multiplayer, progression and customization, and community-made experiences massively improve the Halo Infinite experience. Casual fans of old and new, I think it's time to give Halo another shot. Thanks for watching, keep it casual.